Amaju was born in 1970, so he was born at Numa Maternity in Warri. They loved Amaju, even though sometimes he tended to be stubborn, because if he has something in his mind, he would like to say it. That got him into trouble sometimes, but that also endeared him to a lot of people.
He was a very neat child. Whatever work you gave Amaju to do, he was always one of the first to submit their homework. Down the line, he became the president of the Literary and Debating Society. And you know what it means. He was representing Horsey College in debating. He had a light following because you can't help but be a friend of Amaju. Those friends of his then, you know, they're still his friends now.
Amaju is more than loyal to his friends.
He has always been there. We grew up knowing ourselves and we were brought up more like brothers.
When we were way younger, he has always showed signs of being very great. Amaju has always been very ambitious. We have been friends for a long time. Warri, Uniben.
I came in contact with Amaju Melvin Pinnick in 1990 when he came in as a first-year student at the University of Benin. He appeared to me to be somebody who knew why he was in the university. Very focused, highly motivated academically. He was very passionate about showbiz. I mean, all these artists and all that. He's always involved in bringing them to Uniben to perform and all that. He was very passionate about his studies, which he took very seriously. At the end of it, he did excellently well, you know, to be one of the best.
I met my husband some 15 years ago. I loved seeing him in suits. I thought he looked really good in suits. He turned out to be consistent, you know, and he actually knew what he wanted. And he just told me, look, I want to marry you.
I preached at his wedding when he got married. I'm usually not very proudful, but I think I would be here now. I think I'm the only one qualified to have preached on that day.
We're going to be celebrating our 14th wedding anniversary because we got married in December, our traditional rites December. 14 years officially as married couple in January.
Amaju came into sports full time, I think in 1999. He was appointed the PA to Sepp Blatter when Nigeria hosted the 1999 Under-17 football tournament.
Myself and Amaju paths crossed together over 2 decades ago. We used to travel together for all kinds of football training courses and sports training courses, and we always meet together and we have exchange ideas.
When you train for a job, you do a lot better in it. All sorts of seminars, courses were coming up in football worldwide, and he went to every one of them. So he had a chance to learn. He's learned so much.
This particular day, he was appointed second vice chairman of the Delta State Football Association. From second vice chairman, he became first vice chairman, he became chairman.
It was like a joke. He used to say in those days that, look, in the future one day we will be driving this football. So let's take what we are doing serious.
I can beat my chest to tell you, when Amaju was the executive chairman of the Delta State Football Association, there was no year we don't have minimum of 10 players in all the national teams.
In the earlier days of us coming together, and what really struck me was his passion for football development. You know, he's always trying to see how things could be done better, always pushy about it, that look, yes, we can do it, believing that the future belongs to us. That was like 20 years ago, thereabouts.
During the early years of starting the Africa Women Cup of Nations, it used to be known as the Africa Women Championship then. Nigeria helped CAF in so many ways to host that event back to back. There was no country who was willing to. But Delta State, during the years of Governor James Eseigboria, you know, they were always there, you know, to fund and host the event and host it properly. And Amaju was in the thick, you know, of organizing AFCON for women.
My predecessor, Chief Eseigboria, had done a lot on sports. So you cannot be a governor in that area and not interested in sports. So when James Eseigboria came in, of course, he did a lot for sports. And when I became governor, I had to continue from where he stopped. With Amaju as chairman of the Delta State Sports Commission, of course, Delta was excelling in sports. He's had his challenges in life. In fact, one of the most fearful one, which today we are still thankful to God.
Amaju used to have one party every year, January. After some years, about 4 or 5 years, he said, I think we should do something serious. Why not have a February Valentine's party strictly for couples, for married couples? So we started that part. I think that was the 3rd edition.
We're all together, saying different things about married life.
But towards the end of the party, Amaju was making his thank you speech for everybody for coming, wanted to close. So he had one firework cracker.
I saw the first fireworks went up. The second one did not move.
So he just dropped the microphone and ran there. Before he got there, Raymond had already lit the cracker. Unknowingly to him, as he was bending down to light it, the thing exploded straight to his cheek.
I was sitting down there chatting with some of our guests, and I heard,
Amaju dey die, Amaju dey die, Amaju dey die.
I just went outside to see what is going on.
When we came out, we saw that same Raymond. Amaju was inside his car. He was driving past Amaju's house. Raymond wanted to take him to the central hospital. In his dying state, unconscious state, he was able to mention to Raymond, saying, no, let's go to chair. So they went to chair.
It was a very, very severe injury. When I saw him on the table, I was very afraid.
There were different things in Amaju's body,
And instantly, my heart dropped. I felt an instant, I don't know how to explain it. So much blood.
Cannot talk, he was just writing.
It was a really trying period for our family.
It wasn't easy for him. Then it wasn't easy, he went through a lot. It wasn't easy there.
But we thank God, he pulled through.
Pinnick has a never say die attitude. He's driven, and anything he wants, he goes for it.
It's not news that my husband had his fair share of being probed by financial agencies. We had to hold our head high, went through the process, and the truth prevailed. That's all I can say. Even though going through that process itself was really tough.
In the past few years, there have been a lot of challenges under his leadership. Amaju stuck his neck out to ensure that there was change at CAF after a long time of the former president. He got in there and the tides turned against him. A lesser man would have been very bitter and would have gone out to see what he could do to destroy the current president. But he didn't do that. It took everything with equanimity and started to focus on the beyond that. I found that extremely impressive.
Amaju doesn't think back. He's always thinking forward.
Amaju Melvin Pinnick have shown his passion for God without any kind of doubt. That's why in every epoch of his life, you see him coming to church, either here in First Baptist Church, Warri, or in Korean Baptist Church, Lagos. He always go there to give thanks to God.
The fact is that you cannot talk of African football today without mentioning Amaju Melvin Pinnick.
He's the most accomplished football administrator today.
Pinnick is a very humane and disciplined person. The state-of-the-art stadium we have today can largely be attributed to the thinking and the support that Amaju gave to us.
Before Amaju came, coaches were owned. Amaju brought in sponsors. Even some debts Amaju inherited, they were all cleared, about 3-4 years debt.
Sometimes he goes out of his way to even use his personal money to make sure that the Nigeria football is round. There was a time we had the problem of getting a flight. He had to use his card to block and get us a chartered flight, to take our players for a competition. That happened several times.
I want to say we are very lucky that we have a president, even before FIFA began to talk about looking at how to now expand the scope of inclusion for women in the game in terms of leadership, in terms of administration, in terms of governance. He's done that. We are now looking at more of women participation in our governance in Nigerian Football Federation.
We have tried to bring legends into the mainstream, into recognition.
is something that you're proud of, and nobody can take it away that it was under his presidency that happened.
To me, Amaju Melvin Pinnick is a very intelligent man, an honest person, and down-to-earth, a sports politician who knows what to do at the time he's supposed to do it.
Amaju can connect to anybody. Amaju can meet somebody today, and by tomorrow they are doing something very fantastic together.
If you are best describe him, ambitious, tenacious.
We in Brown Hill, I can say that we're indeed grateful to have a boss like him. Brown Hill Investment Company started as AMP Ventures in 1995 and gradually metamorphosed into what we have currently as the Brown Hill Group. Is somebody that gives equal opportunity to every staff of the company, irrespective of position, to explore their potentials to the fullest.
And everybody thought Amaju Pinnick would be contest for example, CAF presidency and stuff like that. But you can see he's backing somebody else because he trusts and he believes that the person that he's putting forward is somebody that could add a lot of value, and he, from his vantage position, could be able to support the person to get things done. Because it's why he always succeeds in whatever he desired to about it. For Amaju Pinnick to get to CAF, he drew over almost 25 Nigerians in different positions, both administrative and committee level in CAF and FIFA himself. And I can tell you that is absolutely unique. Very few people will do that. But he's always about everybody, about the collective, about the development of what he's doing. It's not about him.
I'll describe him as audacious. With that spirit, with that can-do attitude, with that worry boys determination, then there's no reason why he cannot succeed on a global platform.
That's about it all. Welcome to my house, and I know why you're here. My dad's 50th birthday. Oh, you're really there because I want to tell you something. Come on. Today's a good day this time. And boom, bam, boom. Today, my speech is going to be Dad. But first, I'm going to say my name, called Nvene Pinnick. And my dad loves me very much. He loves the family.
My dad is a very resilient and hardworking man. He's a great leader to this family. He always puts us first in everything he does. I think I got the leadership aspect from my dad because everybody likes to describe me as a good leader. Also, my ability to public speak as well.
My dad loves his family. Second thing is education. Wants us to have good education, wants to have the best education, wants us to have good grades.
As a child, I remember when I was a lot younger than I used to be now, he always told me I was the man of the house. He always tried to make me feel special, and he succeeded.
My dad always takes me to school, but not every time. Because if he can't take us to school every time, because maybe he has some work to do.
Going somewhere, going to a bank, going to somewhere else, it's very hard. So even though I've not witnessed it, I feel like it's very hard, and just to pick us up makes us happy.
I have a verb that my dad gave me, 1, 2, 3, but jet ski 4. And my dad even said that I can't use it till I'm a big girl.
And he has even moved a Ferrari from London. I mean, the shipper moved it, not like a toy, not an actual Ferrari, but then it cost a whole lot. Because my daughter just pointed and said, I want that. And the father moved it to Lagos.
In COVID, my dad goes to the gym a lot more, training every day, going for jogs every evening and swimming every evening as well. He's a very muscly person now, a lot fitter than he used to be before.
Turning 50 for him actually looks like he's turning 30. I don't understand. Like, the guy all of a sudden, he's losing so much weight, he's beginning to have muscles.
Now he's playing football with us all the time, something he wouldn't do before. Scoring goals, skilling my brother, skilling me, skilling everyone. showing us how he used to be as a child and bringing those memories back physically.
And Dad, you are the sweetest and the kindest dad I've ever seen.
Thank you, Daddy, for what you have done.
Amaju Pinnick, you are a great man, and your greatness will not stop today.
Amaju reflects the very smartest, amongst the most committed, and amongst the most talented African leaders. A leader that gives all of us confidence about the future of Nigeria, about the future of Africa, as well as about the ability of Africans themselves to make African football, as well as to make Africa itself amongst the best continents in the world. Thank you so much.